Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TCM. I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Up next this afternoon, a bewitching romantic comedy starring a great friend of ours, Kim Novak, as well as TCM favorites Jimmy Stewart and Jack Lemmon. From Columbia Pictures in 1958, it's Bell, Book, and Candle. Novak plays a New York City art gallery owner who just happens to be a witch. But fortunately for the mere mortals around her, Novak uses her powers for good, mostly. Jimmy Stewart plays a publisher who walks into Novak's store and promptly falls under her spell. The issue are his feelings for her genuine or practical magic.
Junk food supper.
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 Junk food
Junk
supper.
food supper.
Junk food supper.
Junk food supper.
Junk food supper.
Welcome to Junk Fod Supper. This is the podcast where more or less every week we get together. We're talking about movies. We're talking about all kinds of crazy stuff. I am Parker. I'm joined by Sean Byron in LA. How are you, Sean Byron?
I'm doing all right. I'm kind of excited to hear what this crazy stuff might be that we could be discussing.
I mean, it's basically movies, I guess. That's mostly what it is.
Maybe
Sometimes we
short
talk
films someday.
Yeah, sometimes TV shows.
We've done a TV variety special now and again.
Yeah. Philosophy sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess we
There
talk
was that
about.
time that Kevin made us watch gay porn.
That's true.
And then also that other time that he made us do it for the podcast.
Yeah, those were separate times.
Yeah.
I'll never forget his bachelor party.
Yeah. Well, and strangely enough, I mean, the guy went to the trouble of installing a hole in the wall for you, knowing your proclivities. From what I heard, you didn't even utilize it.
Yeah, that's true.
You were caught in the bathroom urinating into a toilet like a normal person.
That's the sign of a bad
Do you care
party.
to respond to these allegations?
Well, I just feel like, if you're going to throw a party and you're going to invite me, you might as well knock a hole in your wall that I can pee into.
Which he
It's the least you
did.
can do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but I don't know. The word is that it went unutilized.
Well, it did. It did this time.
Oh, well.
But,
The gay porn
yeah.
was still pretty good.
Yeah. He projected it on the wall really big.
Yeah, right in front of his band.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of bands,
Yeah.
how are you this week? Have you watched any movies or done any fun stuff?
Well, speaking of bands, I've produced a new music video for our YouTube channel regarding the band Pink Floyd. You know those guys, the Pink Floyds.
Oh, yeah. I saw that you did this. I haven't watched it yet. I'm a little bit behind on literally everything because of work and life and stuff. But I saw that you were rejected from two Reddits over this.
Yeah, nobody likes my creative endeavors, it turns out. So, yeah, I mean, I made a video for Run Like Hell, the Pink Floyd song from The Wall, and it's got a few clips from The Wall in it, as you might imagine, but mostly it's just like running clips from Lake of Illusions and this really good documentary on the 1984 Olympics called 16 Days of Glory and Graduation Day, and all kinds of sources where I could find running clips. And I thought this would be a cool video for the Pink Floyd subreddit. Of course, it's a music video, of a Pink Floyd song, and also the running subreddit, both of which disagreed with me. They deleted my post for being off topic.
Well, Redditors are mean, They're bullies. And they're jerks, from what I understand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to believe that maybe some of these Redditors might even just be like AI bots, Bowman.
That's possible. I mean, on Reddit, they do have those bots that come in and tell you when you're off topic. I always assumed that they were real humans pretending to be robots, like cosplaying, but maybe they are actual bots.
Kind of makes you wonder who's in control of these bots, Are these is it like a George Soros army of bots?
this is like a Who Watches the Watchmen sort of a situation.
I just feel like if you can seize control of the Reddit bots, you could do a lot of, damage to the cultural fabric.
Yeah, you could reject a lot of music videos that people spend a lot of time on.
Yeah.
Hurting their feelings.
You absolutely could do that at a minimum. So help to offset, my feelings being hurt by Redditors and go to our YouTube channel. And that includes you, Bowman.
I will. We were talking the other day about like if YouTube has shadow banned the channel or if it actually shows it to people, but the new audio version of one of the new episodes, it was actually recommended to me on my profile page. So it's showing it to some people.
Okay. Well, hopefully you like and subscribe and that'll keep the recommendations flowing.
I have liked and subscribed.
I did notice there was like a 2-day period where the view count on like all of our videos did not increase. Even like that Chinese thriller film that I uploaded a long ass time ago that's got like 1 billion views for reasons that nobody can explain to me. Even that was like stagnant. So I was like, something's going on, but maybe just their stats were delayed.
Yeah, that could be.
But yeah, no, that was the big excitement, was making that music video and also watching that documentary 16 Days of Glory that I highly recommend anybody that has even a passing interest. I mean, I don't really care about sports that much. I don't care about the Olympics really at all. I do kind of care specifically about the 1984 Olympics because it's the LA Olympics and there's like a certain look to the proceedings. Like they put a lot of graphic design into creating these venues in 84. So it looks really cool, but it's just a really well-made documentary.
Now, what do you think about these next Olympics that are going to absolutely ruin your town for a long period of time?
Yeah, I'm not that into it. I think the ticket buying period maybe is already over. I didn't really look, like I heard, tickets are coming up, and I had like maybe like a half second where I had like a twinge of interest, but I didn't actually look into the tickets, and I think I've already missed my window. So they'll come and go, and they'll impact me in ways that are unpleasant. But yeah, I'm not that hyped.
Yeah, I think that's for the best. I mean, I feel like it's probably going to be nuked by somebody at this point. Like I feel like that's kind of what we're heading towards in life. So I might even suggest maybe you spend some time in Arizona while that's happening.
I mean, it feels like literally anything could happen, like it is such a powder keg scenario where, we either get nuked or there's some false flag where we nuke ourselves or who the hell even knows.
Yeah. Or at the very least, while walking to one of the stadiums, you like trip in some doo-doo. Because like that happens a lot in LA.
It does, yeah. Yeah, that's been a real issue. And Mayor Karen Bass, what will you do to solve this problem?
Yeah.
My neighborhood has been overrun by poops, Karen Bass.
It's too much doo-doo in Sean's neighborhood.
Yeah. I'm going to stage a video where I hire actors to pretend like they're letting their dogs poop in my neighborhood. You see this shit with that piece of shit, Spencer Pratt?
No, I haven't seen that.
Subhuman scum, Spencer Pratt. He posted a video, I think it was like today, where it's like the framing of it is that this is a real thing that's happening on his TikTok or whatever. He's like, oh man, my neighborhood is like overtaken by homeless people. And it's, looks like a neighborhood overtaken by homeless people. It's a bunch of actors that he paid to film this video.
How do you know that it's actors?
Well, I mean, first off, you can see how these people are acting, and they're acting only like homeless people would in like a 1930s like Chaplin comedy or something. Like they're like rolling tires down the middle of the street. Like they're hunched over, rolling tires down the street.
Everybody's wearing fingerless gloves.
Yeah, and it's in a neighborhood, it's like in the middle of like a residential neighborhood in Silver Lake that has never had a homeless problem, didn't have it the day before or the day after, just happened to have a massive homeless problem for the 5 minutes that he was shooting the video, you know? So everybody on
Yeah.
Reddit is like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
I think one of the big giveaways that they're actors is that 3 of them are huddled together over a fire sharing one bean. I mean, you know.
Yeah. It is exactly like that. You know, they don't have the you know, overturned barrel with the fire in it, but very nearly so. I think I did see a bindle on one of the guys, you know.
Like a stick of wood with a handkerchief
Yeah.
tied at the end.
Yeah, like he's going to go ride the rails after the shoot.
I would like that very much if homeless people went back to those sorts of looks.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably cheaper than a backpack. You know, you could put together a bindle probably, you know, with just household items, I would think. Although, household, I guess that is a problem for homeless people.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, well.
Yeah. we found the problem why homeless people are no longer fashionable like the 30s homeless people.
Yeah, they just can't get their hands on those household items. But
Yeah.
no, LA is doomed. The Olympics will make it worse. Everything sucks. We live in a failed state.
You know what
All of
I
the
found out
things.
recently about the downfall of Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Is that at Hollywood Horror Nights, they no longer have mazes in the backlots. Like
Since
they're
when?
all kind of in that first area. Like you no longer have to go like, you know, through the town from Gremlins and all that shit, like down at the bottom of the hill, like past Jurassic Park. Like it's all like right there at the top of the hill now.
I wonder if that's just temporary. Because a couple of years ago, they had like some pretty remote ass ones where you had to go through that like dumb terror tunnel or whatever, which is just like a little access tunnel that is normally just so that, you know, a truck can get from set A to set B, but they put some green light in it and now it's a terror tunnel. And they were still doing that a couple of years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like that last time we were there, which I think was like pre-COVID maybe. But yeah, that tunnel, getting to those ones way at the end is, I mean, that's like a 7-mile hike. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
But still, like that was really fun. Like you would go through like all these sets and, you know, there'd be monsters jumping out at you like while you pass by like, you know, a little town that's supposed to look like Manhattan or whatever. Like that part was fun. That was one of the coolest parts of seeing the sets.
Well, also, the advantage of there being mazes that are really far from the entrance is that if you know what you're doing, you just make a beeline to the furthest mazes, do those first because there will be no line, and then you can make your way back towards the entrance. When you're done, it's time to leave.
Yeah. And having people walk for 3 hours from maze to maze cut down on line times. I'm sure the lines are much longer now that everything's centralized.
Yeah, and you can eat more candied apples and shit if you've burnt some calories, probably.
That's also true. Get one of those huge-ass pink donuts.
Oh, yeah. They still got those, I think. I feel like the Springfield area, though, is maybe in jeopardy. I think I've heard rumblings that Springfield is going to eventually go away.
I hope not. I hope that doesn't become part of, like, Disneyland.
You would
Or
think
like
with Disney owning Fox, you know, that it's only a matter of time, right?
Yeah, that they'll just ship everything over or whatever, but I hope not. That part's fun. I like Springfield. That's, like, one of the best parts.
Yeah, I think so, too. But no,
Well-
other than that, Monster Palooza is coming up this coming weekend, so it's that time of year again where I get to sit at a booth with my wife for the weekend and hawk some wares.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm a little bit bummed that Gina Davis has canceled her appearance due to work, so I'm going to have to cancel my, plans to leer at her from afar.
I find it hard to believe that Gina Davis works.
It feels like it's been a while, right? It must be like an off-camera sort of thing, because I feel like I haven't seen her in anything for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she retired in like 2002 or something like
Yeah,
that.
didn't she like marry an Arab prince or something and then just stop working? Isn't it one of those kind of deals?
I think so, yeah. Let's see what her last credit was. Let's just check out her story, this so-called work.
Yeah, what's going on with Gina?
I guess she's an executive producer on Mission Unstoppable with Miranda Cosgrove.
What the hell is that?
I don't know, but that's her only job these days. It's nothing else.
Well, maybe a competing horror convention offered her more money, you know?
It could be. Or Miranda Cosgrove is like a real harsh boss.
Yeah. You can't be signing glossies when you're supposed to be producing this show.
Yeah, she's produced a couple of shows, but her last acting role was...
Oh, but what about this show, The Burrows, where she's one of the lead roles?
I don't know. That's not on her IMDb.
It's on her Wikipedia. The Burrows is an American sci-fi TV show, premiered on Netflix in 2026, May.
Is that right?
That's right now.
Well, maybe that's what she's up to, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they're shooting a second season. But she plays Renee, a retired music manager and resident at this retirement community.
Well, somebody should let IMDb know. Has there, what is the biggest downfall for a website since, you've been using the internet? It's like IMDb or eBaum's World, right? Those have to be, the two biggest falls from grace.
There's plenty of sites that have, kind of just gone away. When I was young, there was a site, dig.com. You remember that? It was, kind of before Reddit. People used Dig as, a link aggregator, and that was huge. I don't think it even exists anymore, right?
I can't imagine.
But in terms of just kind of barely hanging on and being the most insanely depressing former shell of yourself, IMDb probably does take that cake.
Yeah. Or I guess MySpace. MySpace still exists, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow. I don't even understand how you dropped the ball so hard on MySpace. This thing that fucking every single person on the internet is on. Yeah, let's buy that and then just ruin it. Oh well. Speaking of buying something and then ruining it, I saw a new Disney Star Wars movie.
Oh, I didn't see it, so I guess try to avoid spoilers.
Okay, well at the end.
Oh, come on.
The Mandalorian, he does this thing.
He does a little dance to some jizz music. And yes, it's still called jizz music. I don't care if the Wikipedia entry has been updated or not. We're still calling it jizz music.
Oh, it's definitely jizz music.
Did you know that canonically, I think Disney will no longer refer to it as jizz music?
I think that's true, yeah. I think there was a Star Wars encyclopedia book that came out that's new, that's this is called Blooby Doops music now.
Yeah, it's Space Bop. And it was never Space Bop. It was always jizz. Shut the fuck up, Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah. Why would George Lucas call it jizz, though? What a weirdo.
But why would you retcon it if he did? What's weirder, calling it jizz or being ashamed to call it jizz? Just be proud of your heritage. You guys are jizz musicians, you know? It's the legacy that you've left.
Yeah, it's not like anybody says it in the movie. It's not like there's a big scene where Luke stands up and he's like, I just love this jizz. It's no one knows it's called that.
It's just a little bit of handwriting on the edge of a script. It's not even printed on the script, you know? Lucas just kind of doodled that for himself mostly.
Yeah. So yeah, it's weird. It's like a Streisand effect you're bringing more attention to the jizz by not bringing attention to it.
Yeah. Now you're going to have people demanding jizz, calling Total Request Live, asking Carson Daly for jizz tracks to be played on air.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. It seems like the internet hates it, but I actually liked it. So
I'm very surprised. Yeah, I think the internet does hate it. And I was kind of expecting you to come at me with an opinion akin to that. So I like this positivity.
Yeah. I don't think this is a spoiler, but there's Babu Frick, isn't it? Not Babu Frick, but a lot of Babu Fricks, those little guys.
What?
You know Babu Frick, right?
Yeah, no, I just didn't want to be spoiled about the presence of Babu Frick.
Well, that's not a spoiler. He's in all the.
It's not a spoiler. I'm jazzing you.
You're jizzing me.
Well, not anymore. I can't.
But yeah, it's got those guys and it's got Grogu, and there's like a. This is not a spoiler. I promise I won't spoil anything. There's like a period of the movie where it's just Grogu hanging out with those guys, and it's like 5 puppets that don't speak English hanging out.
Yeah,
and it's cinema. It's so great. It reminds me of like Labyrinth or like.
It's kind of like hundreds of beavers, but like a 20th of it.
Yeah, basically, it's just old school fun with cute little guys, and that's all I wanted from it, and that's what they gave me. So I think it's enjoyable.
All right, well, hopefully it plays for more than a week, because I would like to see it.
Yeah, you should go see it. I mean, it made some money. I think it'll be around in theaters for a minute.
All right.
Yeah, I also saw. I think we talked about it with Kevin. I think Kevin had seen it, but I don't think I had at the time last week. But I saw this movie, Obsession. You know about this movie?
Yeah. And now you are obsessed with this movie.
Well, no, I'm going to go the opposite way. That's the way that you thought. Well, I'm not exactly. I'm coming in hot, I guess, in that I thought this movie was fine. Like I think.
And you think that this take is hot. You think you're the first one to deliver this take. You don't think that this take has been cycled through all of the various channels by now?
No, not at all. Everybody on Earth, except for me, thinks this is the greatest movie of all time. And so I feel like this is 2026's Everything Everywhere All at Once. Where like I come in and go, oh yeah, it's okay. It's nice. You know, it's a perfectly adequate film. And then everybody's like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. This is the greatest movie of all time. I don't understand.
You think this is one of those movies for people that have not seen very many movies?
I mean, kinda. Like, it. I mean, I think part of it is that this movie is made for TikTok. Like, it's shot in like 4:3 aspect ratio and everything is centered. So like, and like I even saw a tweet where like people were like cheering during scenes that have already been like viral TikTok moments, you know, like during the movie. Like, so I feel like, I don't know, like it's just a movie that's like it's like made to be like, and oh my God, that was crazy. Like what a crazy 20-second sequence that's perfectly shot to be vertical so that it could be on social media. And like, that's kind of what the whole movie is, but like, yeah, it is like, it's really derivative. Like it's just monkey's paw. Like you've seen this a bunch of times. Like, I don't know. I don't get the love for it. I mean, I think it's fine. I think it's an all right movie. Like I don't regret seeing it, but like this idea that it's like some masterpiece is fucking silly to me.
Well, I think we can celebrate the fact that this is a movie that was made for like $1 million and is probably going to make like 100 million in theaters.
That's true. I do like that.
So that's cool. Yeah. But if it emboldens producers to give $1 million to another, you know, fledgling filmmaker to try something new, even if that something new is just redoing what's already been done 1 million times. You know what? Let's get new voices in cinema. That's a good thing.
I think that's a good point. Also, I believe it was filmed mostly in Burbank, which is my favorite city. So I do.
There you go. Yeah, and they're employing local film talent here. So I love to hear that. Yeah. Instead of shooting your, you know, Archie comics adaptation in fucking Vancouver. I'm still pissed about that. Josie and the Pussycats.
You know, they gotta... What are they going to do? You can't film anything in LA. They make it too hard nowadays.
You can do it for $1 million, apparently. So it's not like it's even expensive.
Well.
But that's probably just the case now that everybody's been out of work here for 20 years.
Yeah. Also, Obsession's not paying that big ass Tara Reid money.
Fair.
You know, they can. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I've been up to.
Okay, well, sounds like you've been seeing things in the theater in the month of May. But what about in the month of June? Do you intend to see anything in the movie theaters in the month of June?
That's a good question. Let's find out together.
Okay, let's crack open June 2026 in the cinemas, Junk Food Supper edition. And I'd like to kick things off with the Masters of the Universe movie that's coming out presumably at the beginning of the month. When is it? Oh, May 18th, I guess. It had its TCL premiere, but June 5th, it's going wide. I honestly didn't know that there was a new He-Man movie until like a few days ago. I was having a cheeseburger with my wife at Irv's Burgers in Midtown LA. And right across the street, there's a huge billboard for this thing. And I looked out and I was like, oh shit. They made a new Masters of the Universe? And apparently they did. This one's got some dude I don't know as He-Man, Nicholas Galitzine. I don't know, he was in High Strung and Handsome Devil, I guess. And then you got a bunch of people, Alison Brie, Jared Leto, Kristen Wiig, some other Idris Elba. We got some folks in this. Have you seen the trailer for this? Do you know anything about this? Were you surprised that this existed in the same way that I was?
Well, I saw like the first trailer, I think. I think there's a new trailer that just came out this week that like really shows off that like every He-Man character of all time is in this. Except for Orko, I think. Or at least he wasn't in the first couple. But yeah, so I knew a little bit about this. I think I saw this trailer without knowing it was like being made or anything like that. Like probably like a month ago or something. And it's surprising. This is a very, I think, strange thing to bring back. Because I think if you are not exactly our age and no older and no younger, like like we're like the only age of people who gives any kinds of shits about Masters of the Universe.
Although, wasn't there like a cartoon that came out in like 2005-ish that was popular? You remember that?
I think so, yeah. I think there was like a Cartoon Network show that was like kind of like edgy that was kind of popular for a minute.
For like, maybe 1 or 2 seasons, people really seemed to like that. And probably like a comic book that went alongside it. But I agree, it's not the most well-known property, but you know, it is known to some degree, and I guess Amazon/MGM just thinks like, well, that's a safer bet than trying to create something new.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, you know, that being said, like I was a huge He-Man guy. Like, you know, going back to the aforementioned Star Wars, like Star Wars and stuff like that, like doesn't really hit my nostalgia buttons, but He-Man and especially like the Ninja Turtles, like that stuff does. So anytime stuff like that pops up, like I'm going to be pretty interested. Like I even watched the new Masters of the, like just like a year or two ago, there was a Masters of the Universe cartoon on Netflix that Kevin Smith wrote or something. And it sucked, but I was hyped for it for a minute. And I'm kind of hyped for this. Like, you know, dude saying like, you know, by the power of Grayskull and all that, like that tickles me the way that some people get tickled when somebody says like, may the force be with you or whatever. So not that I keep up with it or anything, but it occupies a little space in my heart. So I will probably be seeing this pretty immediately. Do you feel the same way about He-Man?
I mean, I grew up loving He-Man, mostly because I just loved the action figures. I think I liked the toys before I even liked the cartoon, and then I got into the cartoon. But I'm watching this trailer right now, and I don't know, it's funny that you mentioned Star Wars, because I feel like this looks a lot like kind of modern-day Disney Star Wars stuff.
Yeah.
I see some kind of, like, you know, a few practical rubber mask type things that look decent, but also a lot of CG environments that look like badly CG, even in a thumbnail size YouTube video. So I'm sure they're going to look like total trash on a big screen. And he's like riding around in like a little X-Wing type thing at the beginning of this trailer. It's very Star Wars.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen that trailer. That might be the new one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't know if I heard that it's good, but it just looks kind of like everything looks now, you know?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
What else we got on the docket?
Well, we got Scary Movie.
Oh,
Actually, wait, I don't want to talk
no.
about Scary Movie.
They
Hold
did
on.
that. Okay, well, we'll get back to it then.
We'll get back to it. I want to talk about this before you see it, if you haven't already seen it. There's a movie coming out called Office Romance.
Oh, yeah, that you directed?
Directed by Ol Parker.
Directed by Ol Parker. O.L. Parker. Yeah, good job. I don't know how you landed this gig. I mean, straight to Netflix, sure, but it's got J-Lo in it, dude. That's big. Tony Hale, that's big. Will Sasso.
Yeah, I mean, we got a pretty good cast together. Amy Sedaris is in it. Bradley Whitford, of course. Ol Parker.
Ol Parker, director of the second best exotic Marigold Hotel. That is true.
Well, yeah, I'm glad people liked it.
But you also... oh, actually, that's not even... I made that as... You're only the writer of that. But you're also the writer of the best exotic Marigold Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Well, nice to see you get into directing lately.
Well, yeah, you know. It was in my contract that if they made a sequel, I could do it.
Wow, you were married to Tandy Newton
Briefly,
from 1998. Well, from 98 to 2022. I wouldn't call that brief. 24 years.
Well, too brief for me. You know, she dumped me.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
But anyway, okay,
Office
so Scary
Romance. Yeah, Scary Movie. So what I was going to say is they changed the title to just Scary Movie because it was Scary Movie 6 when I heard about this.
I don't know. I see the poster every time I go to the movie theater and it says Scary Movie on it. So I don't know I don't know. I mean, I feel like it must have said Scary Movie 6 or maybe people were just colloquially calling it since that's what it is.
Yeah, maybe. But in any case, it should be Scary Movie 6, right?
Yeah. Unless they're doing
you
a
don't sound
meta
as
thing.
opposed as I am to this trend of just titling the movies the same as the original installment. I find this to be a troubling trend.
I hate it when it comes to like real things. Like when they called Scream 5 Scream, like I feel like that is shitty because A, that movie's just a direct fucking sequel, and B, it makes it difficult to find the original. Like I feel like that kind of, when people go, oh, it doesn't matter if they make a remake because the original still exists. It's like, well, yeah, but if they have the same name and one becomes like more popular or whatever, like is more recent, then that's the one you're going to be stuck with when you're Googling or searching or whatever. Kind of like how Quentin Tarantino will take a guy's name like Hugo Stiglitz, and now that character in Inglourious Bastards is the Hugo Stiglitz that you find when you search for Hugo Stiglitz. So I do think that it's a problem in general, but I don't know. For some reason with Scary Movie, it doesn't matter. I mean, you could call all 6 of them Scary Movie. Like it's just, you know, they're all Scary Movie.
Maybe they're actually making a reference to Scream doing this, and maybe they're making fun of this trend. You could argue.
That could be.
In any case, I don't like it. This is confusing to me, and I would think to everybody, but oh well.
Yeah. Are you going to go see this, though? Did you see that they have the popcorn bucket shaped like a bong?
I saw that on our Discord. Although I'm pretty sure that was just like that was a joke, right?
No, it's real.
Is that real?
That's a real ass popcorn
It had
bucket.
like
I don't know if it's a working bong. I can't imagine that it is.
But the picture that I saw, I mean, that looked like a photo of just a real bong with like an actual like, you know, like a mouthpiece and everything. Like I don't know. I think that was just a funny GIF for the internet, but
I don't know. I've seen it in other places on the internet, like not like on like Twitter and social media and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea what's real and what's fake anymore.
I guess it's hard to tell these days what is real and what is fake. I'm trying to figure it out right now. I'm seeing this on like a lot of just random people's Instagrams and stuff, but I would love to see it on an actual, Miramax associated or Paramount, I guess, associated account. Anyways, I've never seen any of these scary movies. I've seen little scenes here or there. There was a period where these were on like Comedy Central a lot, and I would, maybe like scroll past them, catch a couple minutes. But I should sit down and watch these, at least the ones that people say are good with the Wayans.
Yeah, I think the first two are funny. They make me laugh.
All right. What about Chum? Is Chum going to make you laugh? It's an upcoming American horror thriller film. So probably not, but it is about some kind of a shark.
2026's like 13th killer shark movie, I think.
Yeah, I guess it's back in vogue to make a killer shark movie. A newlywed couple joins friends on a Mediterranean yacht excursion only to find themselves caught between a predatory shark and a psychopathic killer in their midst, transforming a sun-drenched escape into a fight for survival. Okay.
Yeah.
So you got both a serial killer and a shark. Does that kind of up the stakes?
Yeah. Because, I'm only like halfway scared of serial killers and halfway scared of sharks. But if you combine them, I will be all the way scared.
Now, are we going to find out in the end that it's one of those things where it's like, who are the real monsters? Turns out the serial killer is not a monster, and he, we need to enlist him to serial kill this shark. Ooh. Is that the twist?
Yeah. What if the guy like only serial kills sharks and then like,
oh yeah,
and like he's like going out there and like killing a bunch of sharks, and then at the end it's revealed that he's just like a normal fisherman and all fishermen are evil, kind of a thing? Like, who are the real monsters?
Yeah, and there can even be a thing where there's like a long misunderstanding in the second act of the movie where like the protagonists think that he's a killer of humans. He's like, I'm out here on the ocean just doing my kills, and they're freaking out. They don't know that he's just talking about sharks.
Yeah. I'll check this movie out. It sounds like a real mind twister.
That it does. And shot on location in Malta. So maybe you'll see some of the sets from Robert Altman's Popeye in the background.
Popeye is how it's pronounced.
It's true.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's the real banger. Here's my number one summer movie.
Oh, from the director of the Bunny Games?
From the director of the Bunny Games, one of my favorite movies, Carolina, Caroline. This is a romantic crime thriller directed by Adam Ryemeyer, director of the Bunny Games, and also Dinner in America and Snack Shack.
But mostly the Bunny Games.
Yeah, mostly Bunny Games. We saw him one time at a horror convention. And let's see. Principal photography took place in Kentucky, a place we all know and love. This stars Kyle Gallner, who is great. Samara Weaving, who is great. John Grease, who is great. I don't know much about this, but this guy has somehow become my new favorite director, so I'm super into this. What do you think about this?
I mean, I didn't see the other movies from this guy. The one movie I saw from this guy did not really intrigue me enough to check out more of his work. Is that true, actually? Have I seen Dinner in America? Did we do that? We didn't do that, did we?
Yeah, we did that on the show. It's the punk rock movie where the two punk rockers fall in love. You didn't like it?
Oh, yeah, I didn't really like it. So, I don't know. I don't think this guy is really speaking my language, but I'm glad that some people are into it. And I'm, ready to be proven wrong. But, yeah, I just don't know much about it.
I think you might like Snack Shack. It's like a very old school 80s type of a movie, but
right.
It's fun. It's fun.
Well, coming out on June 12th is Disclosure Day, the Spielberg sci-fi movie. But a week before that, on June 5th, there's another sci-fi movie hitting screens of some type. Probably not the big screens, probably streaming, I'm guessing. It's called Signal 1. This is directed by Jonathan Sobel, who has not done anything that I've seen, but stars a bunch of people, including Dennis Quaid, and it's about a computer scientist who discovers a machine that communicates with aliens, leading to chaos and a threat to humanity. I feel like this has the potential, just based on this crumb bum plot summary and this god-awful, I can't even really call it a poster, but this whatever kind of montage artwork of faces that they've got on the Wikipedia. This has the potential to be like one of those kind of laugh out loud, funny, bad sci-fi movies. And I hope that I'm right, because I feel like I could probably use one of those.
Yeah. I mean, I do like watching movies that I can laugh at. So yeah. Yeah, it's good. This must be like they must be trying to capitalize on Disclosure Day by putting this movie out with the same exact plot as Disclosure Day, like 2 days beforehand.
Yeah, I think so. It feels like one of those classic asylum picture type mockbusters.
Yeah.
This is going to be distributed by Shout Studios, so it's got some weight behind it.
Yeah. It's kind of weird. Well, I got something for you here. It's called Stop That Train.
Okay.
This is an American action comedy disaster film directed and produced by Adam Shankman, who I love. He's one of the main guys behind So You Think You Can Dance. He does a lot of musicals and stuff. Let's see. There's an ensemble cast, including RuPaul. That's all I know about it.
Charo.
Charo. Coochie Coochie.
Exactly.
Sarah Michelle Gellar is also in here. Raven Simone. A lot of other people. Natasha Leggero. Ricky Lindholm, half of Garfunkel and Oates, of course. Paul Scheer. A weird cast. I don't know anything about this other than I assume it's probably some sort of drag queen centric musical. So I don't know. Sounds fun to me. I'm in.
I didn't even know that this was a thing, but yeah, apparently this is a fully finished film, presumably, because it's going to be hitting screens pretty soon. Two train stewardess BFFs switch from a dull railway to the luxurious Glamazonian Express. During a massive storm, they must work with snooty first-class crew and President Gagwell to prevent disaster in LA. Well, you had me at snooty first-class crew. I guess I will be seeing this.
All right. Perfect.
Toy Story 5 also coming out. So if you got kids, I guess you'll probably be seeing that. The Death of Robin Hood is an upcoming American thriller starring Hugh Jackman as Robin Hood. Written and directed by Michael Sarnowski. Do we know the man? Oh, he did Pig.
Oh, okay. I've heard good things about that.
Yeah. An aged Robin Hood grapples with his past life of crime and murder while in the hands of a mysterious woman after being critically injured. We got Bill Skarsgård in this as well. I don't know. I think I could potentially be in the mood for a dark take on Robin Hood. I mean, it is kind of lame that, like, for the past 40 years, everything has to be a dark take of something that pre-existed, ever since like Frank Miller started doing it. It's all just going to be dark takes on everything. But I feel like Robin Hood has maybe not been done yet as a dark take. Prince of Thieves was minimally dark at best.
Yeah. A pretty upbeat movie, aside from the fact that there's like 17 rapes in that movie.
Well, that was just the times.
That was the style at the time.
Yeah. The fashion of the day. Check out this trailer. Skim through this trailer. Take in some imagery. This is a pretty dark take on Robin Hood from what I'm seeing.
Let me take a look here. Let me see what they got going on here.
Got a lot of these.
I feel like I might have seen this
shots
trailer at some point.
In the forest at night. That's pretty dark.
Yeah. It's like literally dark.
Yeah.
In a lot of this.
Yeah, mostly you can't see what's happening.
Yeah. This is one of those movies where they shot it at night and just didn't bring any lights.
No.
I like Hugh Jackman. I don't know. I might check this out.
All right. Well.
Yeah.
It looks very A24. It is A24 and it looks very A24.
Yeah. That is true.
So, that's cool.
I got a movie here that I'm kind of excited about because it seems so problematic.
Yeah, well, it stars a cannibal.
Yes. My man, Uwe Boll, is back at it. He got Armie Hammer and Costas Mandylor from the Saw movies to be in a movie called Citizen Vigilante. A man named Sanders, who, frustrated by a failing legal system, takes justice into his own hands by hunting down criminals. This movie is probably most notable, outside of having a cannibal in it, because it was originally titled The Dark Knight with a K, and DC had to send Boll a cease and desist letter telling him he's not allowed to do that, which is very funny. So, this guy's a very bad director. Usually like just the bad kind, like not the funny bad kind. So he's not really that notable to me, but I will probably check this out because everything about this just screams silliness at this point. What do you think?
I mean, I would be reluctant to financially support Armie Hammer at this point, I think, based on what I know of the man and his proclivities. But, if you wanted to shoot a copy of this for me on your iPhone or whatever and text it to me, I'd probably watch it in thumbnail size.
Okay. I'll FaceTime you when I go to the theater.
Okay, yeah. Let's work out a time, though, that's convenient for me.
All right. That works.
Maddie's Secret is a movie coming out, depending on where you are. I think maybe June 19th in the United States. This is an American comedy directed, written, and produced and starring John Early, co-starring Kate Berlant, Claudia O'Doherty. She's very funny. Connor O'Malley, and a lot of other funny people. It's about a food influencer who is secretly struggling with bulimia, played by John Early, I believe in drag. I think it is a female protagonist. He, based on the name John, you can probably tell he's a man. And I love John Early. I think he's very funny. He was probably my favorite part of Search Party, a show that I really loved for 80% of its runtime, and then the last 20% I was like not as on board. But I thought he was always great, and excited to see what he does with his directorial debut. You know this guy? You know John Early? You like this guy? You think he's funny?
I know nothing about this guy.
Okay, I think you would like him.
Yeah.
Just take a look at a photo of the man and tell me, do you like the cut of this guy's jib?
I think so. He looks He looks nice.
Yeah, he's a very nice man. Nice fellow.
Yeah. I mean, he's been on a lot of stuff that I kind of like.
When he was 11, this is according to Wikipedia, so citation not needed, citing Wikipedia. When he was 11, he became a big fan of Australian actress Toni Collette and ran a fan website devoted to her.
I respect that.
I mean, if that's not going to cause you to love the man, I don't know what would.
Yeah. He was also on an episode of I Think You Should Leave.
I think I should watch that.
You should watch it. It's funny. Let's see what else we got. Oh, we got this one. Let's see. We got a couple of things coming out on the 26th, including Supergirl. This is directed by Craig Gillespie. Everybody knows him. He did, those one things.
He did I, Tonya, probably most famously, I guess I would say.
Yeah. I, Tonya, Cruella. He did that Fright Night remake. I like that movie. And yeah, this is the next DC movie. I guess the second DC movie after Superman's. Weird choice to launch a new comic book universe with two Supermans in a row, two Kryptonians in a row. But I don't know. This movie looks fun enough. It looks kind of like a big Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff. Lobo's in it. That's kind of cool. If you were edgy in the 90s and liked Lobo, he's there. I don't know. I'm not like super psyched for this, but I'll probably see it because I like James Gunn, even though he's only a producer on this. But what do you think about the Supergirl?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I probably will catch this eventually on streaming, but the trailer did not get me too excited.
Yeah. It's my understanding that this is based on like a very, very good comic book run that I've not read. So that I feel like gives me more hope than the very lackluster trailer that they put out for this, but I guess only time will tell.
Which comic book run?
I think Tom King wrote it.
Yeah. Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow from 2021.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, also coming out, I think on the same day, is Jackass: Best and Last. This is directed, of course, by Jeff Tremaine, produced by him and Spike Jonze, and Johnny Knoxville now gets a producer credit on these things, I guess because he's the most famous of the bunch. Steve-O returns, Pontius returns, Wee Man returns, Preston Lacey, Dave England, Danger Aaron, and all your favorites, except for Don Vito, of course, will not be returning.
Mm-mm.
Bam's probably in it, though. Bam's sober now. And I don't see Bam's name at all on the Wikipedia, right?
Yeah, he's not here on the Wikipedia, but I think Steve-O...
Oh, actually, no, I see. What did you hear from Steve-O?
Steve-O said the Bam's in it.
Well, if you scroll down further on the Wikipedia, we got Bam Margera, who was fired from the production of Jackass Forever, will only appear in the new movie through archived footage.
Oh, no.
Margera said he will not film new scenes for the upcoming film, but did give permission to use older, unused footage.
Okay.
So, kind of disappointing given that Bam is sober these days, at least, for the past, I don't know, however many months or whatever, but I see him showing up on a lot of like skate channels lately on like the Dern Brothers videos and stuff like this, but I don't know, man. Do we want this? Is this needed? I kind of felt like on the last one, it was a little bit like long in the tooth. And while it's charming to see 17-year-old kids like push each other in shopping carts off roofs and, break their knees or whatever, when it's like 55-year-old men with children, like, it's just kind of depressing and feels like a weird, like, reminder of like the crass nature of capitalism and like the sacrifices that we all have to make to just feed our goddamn families. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there is that. Like, I think, yeah, the last one was like kind of a good way to like go out to a certain degree, to just like have a little victory lap where like none of the main guys get too hurt and they can kind of beat up a younger crew. But also, like, I haven't rewatched that one, but I feel like that one probably, I don't know if it'll make it. Actually, now that I think about it, like, that one was like all COVID, like done during COVID. So like they don't do any like crowd stuff. So like I wonder if that makes that movie in retrospect more interesting or less interesting. But yeah, I mean, it is kind of weird to do a Jackass movie where people are like where there is no like big, party boy in downtown Tokyo dancing on people, like stuff like that. Like, so maybe they'll do more of that in this. But yeah, I mean, I feel like the reason to do another one of these after that last one would be if like Bam and, Phil and April and, those like the CKY crew were back and like it was a big reunion type of a thing. To do another one that's Bamless, like essentially cutting out like half of the Jackass crew, like
it's not even going to have a new version of Brand's rap. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
although actually maybe those guys will be in He-Man doing the the Skeletor rap. That would be good.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I thought the last one was funny. So I mean, I will obviously go see this because I will always laugh at people getting hurt, but yeah.
I probably still will go see this, but with much less enthusiasm than I did 20, 25 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah. Did you see the last one, the COVID one?
I did, yeah. And I laughed, but I didn't, they were smaller laughs. Every time they get smaller. And there is, more of a sense of like, well, I wish these guys had other skills that were marketable.
Well, I mean, two of them do. Like Knoxville and Steve-O do. The rest of them, they really need to do these movies.
Yeah. I don't know. And I also kind of wish that like they could just do it on their own. Like it bums me out that Paramount gets a piece of this. Like it came from such a DIY place of just skaters doing stupid shit for, Big Brother magazine for themselves basically. And I don't know, like, and I guess Paramount is going to give them a platform to distribute this and, reach more people than they would otherwise. And so maybe it is best in the long run. But when it's just, dudes doing this shit on their own, it feels more pure versus like, one of the largest companies in the world hiring these guys for, pennies on the dollar, according to, the scale that they work at, to basically like, murder themselves on camera.
Yeah. But with that Paramount money, they do get to do big finales,
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they'll film something in slow motion.
Yeah. Yeah, they get to do it in 3D with that Paramount money.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else do we got? Nothing.
Yeah, that might be it.
That's pretty much the end, I guess. Most of the rest of these in June don't even have Wikipedia pages. How pathetic.
Yeah, not even this Randy Couture biopic that Angelina Jolie's starring in.
That's a terrible joke. But she will make a good Randy Couture. She's a good actress.
She got that kind of range.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess if I was going to see one, it would probably be Jackass. Maybe that Death of Robin Hood. I'm going to interrogate that a little bit more, see what that's all about.
Yeah, that seems good. He-Man, I'll go see. The Bunny Games guys movie.
Yeah.
if that comes to me, that might be like a small run type of a thing.
Well, I think you will be out at the theater for the premiere, at least, of Office Romance.
Yeah.
Be on the red carpet.
Yeah, I might not watch the movie again. We watched it so many times in editing. But
I can understand. It's tough to distance yourself from it,
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, those are the movies.
It's all the movies.
It's all the movies.
What about the voicemails?
No voicemails this month.
What?
This week. No voicemails.
Okay.
Well, at least we have drops.
Yeah, we got drops. We can just play those a little bit. But yeah, so if you want to send us a voicemail to let us know what you're going to be seeing in June, do so at 347-746-JUNK, 347-746-5865, or go to facebook.com/junkfooddinner.
All these kids are pieces of shit.
Call now button. Or go to the Discord and just say it, say what you want to say. Email us at jftpodcast@gmail.com. But in the meantime, we are going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about Bell Book and Candle, starring my man Jimmy Stewart, so stick around.
Okay.
Tired of only hearing your junk food dinner hosts talk to you? You want to start talking to them? Then pick up your Zach Morris-like cellular phone and dial 347-746-JUNK. That's 347-746-5865. Leave us a message about the movies we've talked about. Did we give a good review to a movie you think sucks? Did we take a crap on your favorite movie? Let us know. Or call it to suggest a movie, or tell us why you hate LeBron James. Remember to leave a name and the city you represent when you call. We are very lonely, and rarely hear the voices of other humans.
So dial this number now if you dare. Tell them Eddie sent you.
Hasn't this cat got anything better to do? Couldn't you give him something to read?
I'm more in love with you than I've ever been with anyone.
I'm Sidney Redlich. You don't know me, but I think I want to see you.
Good evening, Nicholas. Good evening, gentlemen. You startled me.
Ring the bell, close the book, quench the candle.
I'm one.
You're one what?
One of the people that the book's about, and Nikki's one too.
You're naive, boy, They got these little trade secrets. They got them right there, close and tight. They're not... I could never get near a deal like that.
You are nearer than you think.
Chef, I will.
I'd like to hear that again.
I want to. And I'll be different from now on, I swear, I promise.
I don't want you any different. Not at all.
I want to be quite different.
No, I won't stand for it. You get better all the time.
So do you.
Penis Parkers!
My God. Welcome back to Junk Pod Supper. We've got a movie that we're going to be talking about. This is called Bell, Book, and Candle. This is from 1958. It is directed by Richard Quine, who did other movies. Probably none of them as famous as this movie. They're not even worth mentioning, in my opinion. It's based on a Broadway play, and it stars two people that I quite enjoy. Old Jimmy Stewart and Kim Novak, the stars of Vertigo, my favorite movie in the whole wide world. It also stars Jack Lemmon, Ernie Kovacs, and Elsa Lanchester, who was the bride.
Now, you're telling me that you didn't feel like it was necessary to mention this director's other film, The Cockeyed Miracle from 1946?
I forgot about The Cockeyed Miracle.
What about Rookie Fireman from 1950?
That's a good one.
These
as
were
well.
seminal films for you. I know this.
I mean, he did How to Murder Your Wife, which I've heard of.
You probably like Siren of Baghdad from 53.
No. This guy did 35 movies. He's an old, you know?
You like Bring Your Smile Along from 55?
No. Oh, he did a version of Catch-22? That's interesting.
You're a huge fan of 1960s The Wackiest Ship in the Army.
No, but he did do a movie in 1967 called Oh Dad, Poor Dad. Mama's hung you in the closet and I'm feeling so sad. Why would a movie be called that?
Yeah, that's one of those like notorious long movie titles.
Yeah, how strange.
He did the Notorious Landlady in 62.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What a weirdo.
We all know Richard Quine and all these movies that he did.
Yeah, we know that guy.
Also an actor, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, this movie, 1958. My man, Jimmy Stewart, he plays a bit of a square guy named Shep, who works in the publishing business. One day he comes home and an old ass lady's hanging out in his apartment. That is Aunt Queenie Holroyd, played by the Bride of Frankenstein.
You mean that he's shocked to find an age-appropriate female in his domicile?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's wild watching these old movies from the 50s where like a 70-year-old dude is always was a girl straight out of college or high school or something.
Yeah. I mean, I'm guessing like Elsa Lanchester is probably Jimmy Stewart's age or, you know, nearabouts. Certainly it's less of an age gap than him and Kim Novak.
Yeah, let's find out. Of course, Letterboxd doesn't have Jimmy Stewart's birth date. Jimmy Stewart, born in 1908. Elsa Lanchester, born in 1902. So yeah, despite the fact that she is portrayed as like a hideous old hag, only 6 years older than Jimmy Stewart, and Kim Novak, born only 20 years younger than them. That's not too crazy, I suppose. I thought it would be more like 50, but all right. Yeah, so Auntie bewitches Jimmy Stewart's phone. He gets a call from his downstairs neighbor, Kim Novak, who is the niece, I guess, of the auntie. They meet up. They got their little meet cute. She invites Jimmy Stewart and his fiancée to a place called the Zodiac Club, which, unbeknownst to Jimmy Stewart, is a place where witches and warlocks hang out. It's an underground nightclub. Jimmy Stewart's pretty square, though. He doesn't quite get along with these hip beatniks, one of which is Jack Lemmon, who plays Nicky, who is Kim Novak's brother. He plays the bongos at the club. Kim Novak ends up putting a little spell on Jimmy Stewart to make him fall in love with her.
You mean metaphorically, right? Like that she's enchanting in her looks, you mean?
I mean a real ass spell.
Whoa. Okay. She's a witch.
Well, she's a witch.
Oh, wow.
Very similar to the plot of the new movie Obsession. oddly enough. Not planned at all. Spoiler alert. That's not a spoiler. That's the premise of that movie. So the rest of the movie is him kind of dealing with why he's suddenly in love with this lady and having to dump his fiance who does not get along with witches in general. And then he hires a writer who happens to be writing a book about witches living in Manhattan, who kind of clues him into the fact that maybe he himself is bewitched, and then things kind of go from there. This is a movie I've always wanted to see because obviously the 2 stars, and I always heard that it was a very pretty movie, which it is. It's a lot of nice locations. It takes place at Christmas time, which I did not know. I could have picked it on Christmas all these years for the show. So there's some snowy sets, a lot of backlot type of stuff standing in for real Manhattan. A lot of silliness. There's some fun, witty banter, that old school kind. At one point, Jimmy Stewart tells his fiance that he thinks Kim Novak may be a witch, and she says, "You never knew how to spell," or something like that. The implication, of course, being that she's a bitch. So there's a lot of fun little witty stuff like that in here. Some fun, witchy stuff that I'm sure what's her face was really into. Oh, the lady, the Love Witch lady, Anna Beeler.
Yeah,
I think she probably loved this movie or loves this movie. There's a lot of Love Witch in it. There's a lot of stuff in this movie. The guy who created Bewitched, as I think maybe you mentioned last week when we were talking about this originally, kind of just totally ripped this movie off for the plot of Bewitched. And according to Wikipedia, he was not even shy about it. He went around telling people, "Oh yeah, I stole this idea." And we made a very successful sitcom out of it, which I respect. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I just knew that it had 2 actors I like and that it was about witches in some sort of way. I did not really know that it was kind of a screwball sort of romance comedy. I expected maybe a little more horror or something, but that didn't bother me. I think it's fun. I think there's a lot of fun performances. Jack Lemmon is really fun in it. Jimmy Stewart plays the square that you might expect him to play, and he's super fun. Kim Novak is super fox. Va-va-voom. And she has a cute little cat. I like that. So yeah, I don't know. There's not really a whole lot here. This is kind of a fun flip, I guess. If you're a Vertigo super fan like me, because that whole movie is about Jimmy Stewart being obsessed with Kim Novak, and this movie's kind of about Jimmy Stewart being obsessed with Kim Novak, and sort of with low fantasy supernatural things happening in the background. So I have to assume that was maybe intentional in the casting, but maybe not. Actually, maybe not, because Vertigo wasn't too far before this, I don't think. Same year somehow, so maybe not intentional at all. Odd that would happen that way. Yeah, I don't know. This is a fun Sunday afternoon watch. It's not super serious. It's kind of fun and breezy. It's a little silly. It's nice to look at, and I enjoyed it. But what did you think about it, Sean Byron?
Yeah, I had seen Bell Book and Candle one time before, and I think it was around Halloween time in 2021 that I streamed this with my wife. I think I was kind of knee-deep in musical fever at the time. I was watching a lot of musicals from the 1940s and 50s. And this kind of, fit into that vibe, I think. As I remember, we were debating between watching this or watching another movie from a similar time period that's kind of similar that gets lumped in with this a lot, which is I Married a Witch. And I still haven't seen that. Do you know that movie? Have you seen that one?
I do not. No, I don't know about that.
I mean, given the title, presumably it's the same exact movie as this, I Married a Witch. But I like I said, I haven't seen it, so I don't know. But I liked this movie, when I saw it a few years back, and I liked it this week as well. It's a fun cast. Jimmy Stewart's always good. I would say that nobody delivers a look of sudden confusion like Jimmy Stewart does. And you got a youngish Jack Lemmon. He's kind of in his first hot period in Hollywood, and he's good in this. Elsa Lanchester is always really good. She's playing sort of a Midge type role in this, but she's very fun. And of course, we all love Kim Novak and her eyebrows, but I think Kim Novak in this might sort of be the source of some of my problems with the movie. A movie that I still like, but I do think I would probably cast somebody different in that role. I just kind of feel like Kim Novak is she's the type of actress that maybe is better as a mystery. And I feel like this movie, I don't know, it reveals too much about that character in a way that she can't really carry. I also just don't think that she's funny in a comedy movie. She seems a little bit lost. And this is predominantly just a comedy movie. But
Yeah.
more than... Oh, go ahead.
Well, I don't disagree with you, but I feel like she's kind of almost playing the straight person in this, because like Jimmy Stewart's so square that he's kind of funny, and then obviously like the other two witches are like very silly. So like, she does have like funny parts and stuff, especially when she's like being like catty to the other lady, like the fiance. But like, yeah, she is kind of asked to be, I think, kind of the straight person in some ways, which is kind of weird for someone who's like you said, supposed to be so mysterious and like saucy, so that for them to like be the straight man to everybody's weirdness is kind of a weird two things to juggle at once.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if that was a deliberate choice or if it just kind of turns out that way, that she feels like she's in the straight man role. Because it shouldn't be like that. The movie is like centered in the normal world of Jimmy Stewart and his boring, relationship with just an average girl. And then it's about, discovering this weird environment. That's where like the weirdness should come in. And I don't know. But I think, more than just the Kim Novak role, the movie is just sort of kind of toothless. It's advertised as a romantic comedy, and it is one, but it also plays sort of like it was made for kids. I guess it's just kind of like an all-in family film. And maybe this is something that happened in the 1950s with like the rise of television, that movies, that maybe in the 1930s and 40s would have been geared more for adults are now trying to capture, the entire family audience. I can't help but feel like if this was made like 20 years prior, there would be a lot more like cryptic sexual innuendos and, sort of boundary pushing moments. And there's not really any of that in this. And to be honest, it's even kind of just half committed to the witchiness of it all. Like they go to a witch's nightclub and it's just like a regular nightclub. But, as Kim Novak points out, they have slightly more bongos in, the stage band. There's no like bubbling cauldrons or anything like this. It's just a nightclub with a jazz band. The cat in this, the familiar that she has, I feel like has a lot of potential to be a cool on-screen cat, but he doesn't really do very much in this other than like jumping up on top of a light post or something at one point is maybe the most exciting thing the guy does. It's not like it's like That Darned Cat or something like that.
Yeah. He does jump up on like some bookshelves, and then Kim Novak just like assaults him with a broom, which I felt like you can't get away with these days, but
yeah. Yeah, and I saw on Wikipedia that there was like a big like casting call for this cat, that like people around the country were submitting photos of their cats or whatever to try and get him in this movie. I feel like I'd be pretty bummed if I let my cat on, this film set and then Kim Novak is beating it with a broom. But it was a different time,
Yeah.
1958.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not as witchy as I wanted it to be. Certainly, like when I watched this for Halloween, I remember thinking, like, man, if I just put this on mute, you wouldn't even know that this was a witch movie. You know, like it's just looks like a drama. And I hate to say it because James Wong Howe was a very good cinematographer, but I think the guy was maybe more successful in black and white than he was in color. I don't think the use of color is very good here. It's sort of muted and muddled, and that is typical of like 1950s Technicolor movies. You know, like they don't have that vibrant quality and sharpness that the 3-strip Technicolor movies of the 1940s had. So it's maybe not entirely his fault, but I can't help but watch this and feel like, man, I wish the colors popped a little bit more. And the story doesn't really go anywhere. It's pretty much just the one incident of dude meets a girl. Eventually he finds out she's a witch. And then, you know, will they or won't they? But you could have maybe worked in one more left turn into this plot to give me something more to keep me invested. Because otherwise, like the second half of this movie is just a lot of waiting around on the will they, won't they.
Yeah. Although, I mean, to spoil this movie, we're going to spoil this old movie right now.
Let's do it.
It is kind of weird that in the 50s, like, that this movie, like, the whole thing of this movie is like, it's okay to cheat on your fiance. Like, that's it. I mean, I feel like that's the whole theme of this movie, right? Like, it's like, like,
well, if it's real love, if it's witch-based love, then you're a fucking asshole for cheating on your fiance. But if the love was genuine, then go ahead and do it, you know?
Yeah, it's like really weird. Like Jimmy Stewart, I feel like it's the happy ending at the end when like him and Kim Novak get together, and meanwhile, this poor old fiance is like just kicked to the curb. Like,
she's just gonna be doing those lame ass paintings in her apartment for years.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, kind of a weird happy ending for the 50s, I feel like.
Yeah. So it's, you know, this is no Vertigo, and I don't even know if it's a Bewitched, but it's a fun hang, and I didn't regret revisiting it. And, you know, I think if you have not watched this, maybe Christmas time is the ideal time to watch this because, you know, like you said, it does take place at Christmas, and, you know, there's not that many good Christmas movies, but don't make my mistake in thinking that this is like a great Halloween time watch. And, you know, don't go in thinking it's going to be a Vertigo, and I think you'll have fun.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's just like a fun little silly time. But now's the part of the show where normally I would ask you what we're watching next week.
Well,
but
well,
I got a new segment that I want to debut.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, it's called Do You Want to Make a Deal with Parker?
Parker.
He's cutting in.
That's the Let's Make a Deal theme song that's playing right now.
Okay, I see that. I like that.
Because I want to see if you want to make a deal. I know that I picked the movie this week. And normally that means that you get to pick next week. But I really want to pick the movie next week because The Backrooms is coming out in theaters. And I feel like we should watch that because we both really like I need to turn off this music. Because we both really like the short film that it's based on. So I was wondering if you would want to make a deal and switch weeks so that I could pick The Backrooms next week, and then you would pick the next 2 weeks worth of movies. A rare opportunity to do a double feature in programming. You could pick two complementary movies, two movies in the same franchise, whatever you want to do.
This
unprecedented.
This puts a real monkey in my wrench, Bowman.
Is that right?
Yeah, because the thing is, I already went to the effort of selecting 4 movies that I wanted to pitch to you for the next show.
I thought you were going to say you already went through the effort of selecting the back rooms.
No. I would never do that. It's not one of the four. So but I do feel like, I'm being kind of slighted here. Like, I'm kind of out, the 4 minutes of effort that it took me to look at my letterbox and come up with these 4 picks. So I'm willing to make this trade only on the condition that we also pre-select the following week based on these 4 picks. Let me pitch these to you. You're going to pick one, and we'll do it in 2 weeks, All
right, perfect.
And then what happens after that, on the 3rd week, who knows? All bets are off. I might just go crazy and pick something outlandish, but, I think we could at least pick what's going to be coming up in 2 weeks from now.
Okay, I like the idea.
All right, so next week, Backrooms, a 2026 film. Mm-hmm. In a couple of weeks,
go to the theater.
Yeah, I'll pay money. I'm not opposed to that.
All right.
But in a couple weeks, we'll be watching a movie that is either from the year 1973, 1977, 1989, or 1992.
Okay. And I get to pick the year?
Yeah, pick a year. Any year of those 4.
I think I might make a surprising move here. I think I might go in the hopes that we do Star Wars, A New Hope. I'm going to go with 1977.
It's not Star Wars, A New Hope, but I would say it's directed by the George Lucas of Japan, Nobuhiko Obayashi, director of Howe.
Oh.
This movie is Blackjack, The Visitor in the Eye.
Okay.
From 1977.
Okay. I've never heard of it, but I like Howe.
It's based on a manga. Does that do anything for you?
It does, yeah.
All right, well, there you go, you otaku son of a bitch.
All right, what's the name of this movie again?
Blackjack, The Visitor in the Eye, from 1977.
All right, perfect. We've got our next 2 movies.
It does feature scenes of eyeball mutilation. So
perfect.
Yeah. On brand.
Hopefully both of our next 2 movies do.
Yeah. Well, if Backrooms is lacking, then maybe we'll just watch Journey to the Center of the Eye in a few weeks.
That sounds good. I'm into that.
All right, cool. So Backrooms next week. What kind of runtime we got on this thing? Did I just sign myself up for another 3-hour fiasco?
Well, you'll be in a movie theater with your little poppy corns, so I mean, I don't think it'll matter a whole lot. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be happy.
Hour 45.
Oh, that's the perfect time. That's a good time. Directed by a very young man. But yeah, we'll talk about him. We'll get to the bottom of him, what he's up to. That's all next week. In the meantime, you can send us a voicemail at 347-746-JUNK. That's 347-746-5865. Or go to Junk Food Dinner, our Facebook.com/JunkFoodDinner. Hit the call now button. Send us an email at jftpodcast@gmail.com. Find us in the Discord. Find us on YouTube, youtube.com/junkfooddinner. Find us on the Patreon, patreon.com/junkfooddinner, of course. Throw us a couple of dollars. You get literally hundreds of bonus episodes that we've recorded in the past and our undying gratitude. It's Junk Food Dinner's 700th episode in a couple of weeks. So if you like that we've done 700 episodes essentially for free, throw us a little tip, that would be nice. I think that's everything. That's everything, I suppose. So until next time, this is Parker for Sean saying thanks for having fun.